Enjoy your practice. So we're going to start lying down if you're not already there. Some people are already there, like cozied up. Yeah, Yin, come on. Let's get our blankets on. So take your time, even if you are there, just check that you feel warm, you feel comfortable. If you're making your way there, could be back of body, could be side of body to begin with. Just grab everything that you need, push everything to the side that you don't need. And then we'll begin with a couple of deeper breaths. So breathing in through the nose and sighing or blowing out the mouth. Nice. Take one more. And then closing the eyes or softening your gaze. Just come to natural breath. No changing, no trying with your breath. Just let it be as it is. So welcome to Yin Yoga. And Yin is the absolute perfect practice for winter. It's a very good practice all year round for many, many reasons. But winter in itself is Yin. It's the deepest time of rest. It's passive rather than active. It's cooling and calming rather than warming. So just be mindful in terms of your body temperature. You've got a couple of blankets. If you feel that it's cold on the floor, on the earth, you might pop a blanket underneath you. You can have a blanket wrapped around you for the practice if you wish. And let's take some time to connect to or to just become acquainted with or reacquainted with our physical body. As you become aware of your physical body, is there anything you feel it might be communicating with you? So there might be sensations, maybe niggles or areas that just feel a little bit different to others. And that's an important part of our practice of Yin as a whole. So we stay in our shapes for minutes rather than seconds, really getting to know our body, our breath, sometimes the inner workings of our mind, and how we can exist in the present moment. What do you feel that your body might be yearning for? Perhaps right now, or just in general this month or this season of winter? Maybe even this year. What is your body yearning for? And how would you like to feel within your body or your body to feel this season or this year? And things might pop straight into your mind, or you might think, I'm not actually too sure. It might come to you after the practice at some random point. It might come to mind. So we are in a practice of being curious. And then if it feels comfortable to, perhaps you bring one hand or both hands and just rest them on the heart space. And we could look at the heart space as soul or spirit if we wish. You may have another definition of soul or spirit, that is fine. What does your heart or your soul or your spirit yearn for? If you could have a conversation with your heart, what does it yearn for? And in your heart, or as a spiritual practice, if that is what yoga is for you, how would you like that to feel this year, this season? Take awareness now to your breath. Maybe you slide the hands to the belly. Maybe in your mind's eye, you're taking a light of awareness to your breath. Try not to change the breath, although you might find in yin that your breath is naturally longer and deeper. You might find your exhales longer than your inhales. And if you are really kind of needing or feeling that you are in this deep state of what we would call wintering, then of course take as much rest as you need. So do as much or little of the practice. Keep having those conversations, those check-ins with your physical body, with your heart, your soul. Maybe for you that translates to emotions. Let's start to just have a little wiggle into the face. So check we're not furrowing the brow, touching the jaw. And then gently just rolling the head from side to side as we start to move into the neck. Let it be slow, slow, slow. Bringing the head to center. Imagine that this sense of awakening or reawakening slowly travels down the body, into the arms, the hips, the legs, the toes. And it might be that you're wiggling and stretching or rolling. It might be that to awaken, you're just gently rubbing or tapping with your fingertips, parts or areas of your body. Take your time. And then if you're on the side of the body, just rolling yourself onto the back of the body. If you've got your legs extended, just bending into the knees. And you might kick your bolster up in towards your bum. You might kick it away. So whichever you prefer. I'm going to keep the left foot. So keep your left foot down onto the ground. Bring the right knee in towards you. So left foot to earth. If you've got it extended, just rebend it. Pop your foot down onto the mat. Have a little wiggle through the toes, roll through the heels, the ankle. And then find a gentle flex of that foot. So you don't have to be drawing really kind of furious back. It's just a gentle flex. Let go of whatever you're holding on to. Turn the right knee out to the right side of your body. Bring the outside edge of your right foot onto your left thigh, or maybe just below the left knee. So you're making this kind of figure four shape. Yeah. And a couple of you have gone there already, so it's really interesting what our body guides us to do. You might step your grounded foot in towards you slightly. And we're going to begin by just gently massaging, tapping, touching this inner line of your right leg. So this is where the energy lines of your kidney, your bladder, the organs of winter exist. So try not to prod. Try and kind of have a circular motion or just a really gentle kind of raindrop. I think it's called raindropping the massage. So little taps. You might find there's tenderness, tightness. And then release the hands down by the side of the body. We're going to stay in this position with that bent leg figure four for 1 minute. Just bend your knee for me on this side. There we go. And then we take this one. There we go, there we go. So you might notice as the time goes on that the body just naturally starts to fall inwards, or dependent really on your hips, what kind of internal or external, so in or out rotation you have there, you might find the knee falls out. So try not to force it to do anything, just allow it to be. From here, we're going to take this into a twist. So we keep in that position that we're in now. We press down through the left foot, so through that grounded foot. We're going to just slide our bum over to the right. Start to let your body roll onto the left side. So you'll come onto the outside edge of your left leg and foot, and you might come onto the sole of your right foot. So if it feels right for the sole of your right foot to meet the earth, allow it to. You might be more in a kind of legs wrapped situation, which is fine. And then just kind of have a moment here. So that moment where we're reconnecting, just having that little conversation with the body. How does this feel? So sometimes our positions, it's just like, it feels a bit weird because it's not something we've done before or we do regularly. If you feel like there's any pain, pulling, twinging, then just stack that top leg on top of the bottom leg. So think of a supine twist. Otherwise, if you feel you're okay to be here, we're already taking a minute here. So the upper body remains nice and close to the earth. We've got a gentle opening of the heart, a softening of the shoulders. Last couple of breaths. And you might need to feel that you squeeze into the belly a little bit here. So draw some strength from the abdomen as you start to roll back onto your spine. Release that crossed leg, place the foot to the earth, take a breath in and out. And then we take our minutes rebound. So it could be that you just stay still where you are. It may be that you're kind of connecting to the soles of the feet, the spine, the hands into the earth. It might be that you stretch the legs out. Your body might naturally almost be urging to go to the opposite side. So that would be a normal response. And that's where we're going shortly. And even though we might now be familiar with the shapes that we're moving into, we're not at all familiar with the experience that we're going to have, because that will differ every time you move into a shape. So take it nice and slowly. Just bringing that left knee in towards you. Have a little squeeze. Have a roll round through the ankle and the heel, a wiggle of the toes. Find your gentle flex. Start to turn that knee out. Absolutely use the hands for this. Start to position the outside edge of the foot onto the thigh or just below the knee. Nice. And then we'll just start that process of having a little massage, a squeeze, a tap, whatever feels right for you on the inside line of that leg. So yoga essentially is about the movement of energy. Yin is very much about the movement of energy. And we're encouraging that through our shapes, but also through massage, touch, acupuncture, acupressure, reflexology. All of these things are about movement of energy, releasing any areas that might have trapped or stagnant energy. And then just letting the hands soften to the earth, or maybe it's to the belly or the heart. We're going to take our minute. And we might anchor our awareness down into the earth with the parts of the body that are in contact with the earth. We might anchor it to the breath. Whatever feels right for you. Keep a nice softness to the face, the shoulders, the throat. Let's slowly start to take it into our twist. So we press down through the grounded foot. We're going to shift the bum over to the left a little bit here and start rolling onto the right side of the body. So outer edge of right leg, foot, maybe onto the sole of your left foot, maybe not. And again, if it feels better for you, maybe it's more about wrapping the legs. So that is a slightly different position. It's something that's called twisted roots, but still getting a nice benefit in the lower body. If it just doesn't feel quite right, maybe you stack that top knee on the lower knee. Upper body grounded to the earth. Let's take a minute here. If the mind drifts away, there's always that inhale to bring you back. Start to roll your way back onto the back of the body. Release the foot, place it to the earth. Take a breath to ground. And then our minutes of whatever feels right for you. Slowly rolling yourself over to the right side of your body. Just snuggle up there for a moment. Push into the earth. When you're ready, rise up. And we're going to meet on our hands and knees. So really just take your time. And once you come onto hands and knees, do what feels right there. So maybe it's that you want to be still. You might be patting the hands. You might be just swishing through the hips. Just let that naturally occur. We're going to take a couple of cat and cow from there as we inhale, gently opening the heart. Exhale, opening through back body. Let's take one more. And from here, make your way down onto the front of your body. So start to take the legs back, come down onto the elbows. Cross the arms, pop them above the head, and then you might rest the forehead down onto your forearms or the side of the head or face. Take your legs as wide as comfortable. The heels might flop out, the toes might turn out. The toes turning out is something called Makrasana, which is crocodile position. Just feel the belly on the earth as you breathe. And be mindful of your lower back here. So we're going to come into a back bend, and it's also therefore a bit of a heart opener. Just take it nice and slowly. Catch hold of opposite elbows and just maybe start to take the gaze forwards. So you might feel like, yeah, that's just fine. I'm just going to be here. You might start to walk the elbows in towards you. You might bring shoulder and elbow in line, or you might feel like actually that's a little bit too intense for the spine. So find the position that works for you. Stay here. Try not to let the head drop in between the shoulders, so really scrunching the neck if we go there. So we're almost pushing and just lifting the heart space gently forwards. You could turn the fingertips forward, spread the fingers. Sounds weird, but grip the earth and see if you can just draw the hips forward a little bit, lift the heart. So there's loads of different options for this. You could roll your bolster just kind of into maybe rib cage area. That gives you just a natural bit of lift. You could take your block. If you feel like you're lifting and stressing through the head too much, just take your block, pop your head down onto a block. But again, we're not collapsing or bringing the shoulders forwards. Find your position. Perhaps close the eyes. Take a nice deep breath in and out. So we're going to stay here for 2 minutes and then have another option for a minute. But as always, you don't have to stay here. So if it starts to just feel not right for whatever reason, maybe you turn the elbows out, you lower the head down onto the forearms or to the earth. Just steady breath. And as we approach 1 minute, you might find that your body is trying to have a bit of a conversation with you. So where does it start to feel like there's stimulation happening here? 1 more minute left here. And just start to observe whether this feels like it's enough here. So we're thinking about finding our edge in yin. Is this your edge? If it is, absolutely fine, be truthful. If you feel like there may be some more space to lift the heart and just to compress into the very low spine a little bit more, start to take your hands out a little bit wider. And we push into sort of like the low part of the thumb and around the bottom of the hand. So we push and lift. So this takes it into seal. We've got less than a minute here now because I talk a lot. If you go there and then you think, oh, actually that's a bit too strong, drop the elbows down, 30 seconds. Bring the elbows back down to the earth. You might need to remove anything that you have just around the chest or the breast area. Lower yourself down, cross the arms, let the heels roll out, bring the forehead to your body or earth. Maybe just have a little roll of the hips from side to side. Just take a minute to rebound here. So that's quite a strong position. It's almost working through all of the organ lines there. So in the hands, arms, down the front of the body and back of the body and into the legs. And we don't want to always counterpose our shapes. So we wouldn't always want to sort of counterpose forward fold with a back bend or vice versa. You think about it, it's a little bit like keep on stretching and then retracting with an elastic band. So we don't always do that, but in yin, we do look in some of our more stronger positions, like what we've just been in, to counter it with something that will just help to relax the area that we've worked through. And that's going to be child's pose. So bringing the hands just underneath the shoulders, a little bit of energy required here to push onto the knees. So a true counter pose would be more of our fetal position. So we're going to get a rounding through the spine there. If you don't like that version, take the knees wider, bring the arms out in front of you. So use your bolster, use a block if necessary. And remember, you know, we're going to be here for minutes, so it's absolutely okay to spend 20, 30 seconds just kind of exploring Do I need this? Do I need that? Does that need to be higher, lower? And then once you settle down into the shape, you just kind of truly give yourself over to the earth. Perhaps you take a deeper breath. Let the face and the shoulders soften. I'm going to take around 2 more minutes here. And often as the body becomes more still, the mind becomes louder. So if that's the case, don't judge. Just be aware that that is something that is happening. We don't try and control our thoughts. We just allow them to pass by and not get too entangled. So if the mind becomes busy, you might just imagine that with each breath out, you could blow it out. You just release that train of thought. You might come back to awareness of the breath or conversing with your body. 1 more minute here. Last few breaths. Bring the hands to the earth. Just start to unfurl. And drop the knees to one side, feet to the other as you come onto your bum. And extend the legs forward. So you might have a little rock from side to side. Get in touch with your sit bones, sitting nice and tall. Just close the eyes here. You can let your feet soften. If it feels very intense for the backs of the knees, then maybe just grab your blanket, pop it behind the backs of the knees. So this is kind of a yin version of a shape that we call dandasana or staff pose in Hatha Yoga. Only going to take a minute here. Just re-lengthening through the spine. And then blinking the eyes open. So there's 2 options, well, more than 2 really, but I'll show you 2 main options. So we're going to take the right leg and just cross it over left. And we kind of maybe use the hands. We're on the outside edge of our right foot here. So one option is just to be here. We might close the eyes or soften the gaze. Another option is to lean to the left and take that left leg behind you. So the knees would start to stack. We're on the outside edge of both of our feet. So for me, I'm kind of thinking 3 minutes, maybe not. So you could just readjust yourself. As opposed to sitting nice and tall, you could take it into a forward fold. So you'd breathe in. As you breathe out, lead with the heart, and then just let the head soften. So for some people that might add intensity, for other people that might take it away. If your head is just kind of hanging around and you don't want it to, you could get a block. Just relax your head onto a block or your blanket or a bolster. So use those kind of first 20, 30 seconds again to just think, one leg, both legs, do I need a bit of support here? What's that extended leg? If we've got the left leg extended, is the back of the knee okay? Because I am folding forwards and applying some pressure. Nearly 1 minute in already. If we're sitting tall, can we bring a softness to the shoulders, but a length to the spine? Perhaps our focus comes to our breath. Maybe we're conversing with the body. Where does the sensation feel quite strong for us? Or sometimes it might be a case that we're not really experiencing too much sensation. That might be fine. Or we might feel like, I just want to adjust a little bit here because I feel like there's a little bit more that the body can give me. Just over a minute to go. Soften into the spaces that you can. Last minute here. Last few breaths. Nice and slowly start to unravel one or both of the legs. Take your time, take the legs forwards, take a breath. And then what feels right there, it might just be a little bit of touch or massage into the hips and the groin space. You might almost turn the toes in and get a little bit of internal rotation there. You might want to soften back into the spine. So anything that you're guided to do. Your body might even just say, I want to lie down for a minute on my back. And again, we know where we're going now, but we don't know what the experience is going to be like. So we give it just as much attention. We'll bring that left leg in, cross it over, use the hands if we need to, outside edge of the foot. So it's going to be a different, this is the outside edge, so we're flatter. If we're on the sole of the foot, then it's what we call our half wood of the fish position, which is more of a twist. So outside edge of the foot. If we want to, we can take the other foot round, stack the knees. If one outside edge of the foot doesn't quite reach, we just take block and fill the space. have a moment. How would it feel to be here for 3 minutes? So find what is your position. Take your time, sit tall. And then you may decide as you exhale that you start to fold forwards. Close the eyes or soften the gaze. And it doesn't have to be a fold forward once and like, right, okay, well, that's the forward fold and that's over. So it might be that over the course of the 3 minutes, we just start to feel the body soften. If we're sitting tall, the face and the shoulders are soft, spine is nice and long. Halfway there. And of course, one of the principles of yin is the stillness. But that doesn't mean that you want to be rigid or think, right, I'm here and I can't move. We give in to the body softening. Or if we feel that we maybe over time went a little bit past our edge, then we might back off and change position. Excuse me. Just over a minute left. And it's often in that last minute that we might start to find physically or mentally the challenge comes. If so, perhaps you draw back to your breath. Deepen it, lengthen it. Last few breaths. Slowly lifting up if we folded, starting to unravel one or both of our legs. Take them forwards. Do what you feel is right for you there. And then when you're ready, we're going to start to come down onto our back. So gather everything that you need, blankets, you might want your bolster behind your knees, you might want your eye pillow close to hand. So take your time, no rush. And we'll meet in constructive rest, which is feet out a little bit wide and knees knocked inwards. So that will give us a nice little bit of internal rotation of the hips after we've been working outwardly. Maybe bring the hands down onto the earth. Feel the spine meet the earth. Just take in that sense of grounding. Really important practice in every season and just in daily life. So if we come back to that idea of connecting to or in conversation with the body. Does the body want or need anything else before its rest? A stretch, a wiggle, a touch. Do we want to extend the arms and legs? Or do we want to come onto the soles of the feet? Do we want to roll onto the side of the body and swivel up, opposed to being on the back of the body? Bring awareness to your breath. Try not to change it, just be aware of the ebb and flow of breath. Each inhale just offers you a sense of spaciousness, of lightness. And the exhale is an invitation just to draw closer to the earth, maybe spread a little bit wider into the earth. Closing the eyes or softening the gaze, take a light of awareness to your feet as they begin to rest. Up to the lower legs, the knees, the thighs. Let your body just give over to rest. The glutes, the hips, the spine, the shoulder blades, the shoulders, the arms, the hands. The throat, the neck, the head. Let the features of the face soften. The eyes, cheeks, jaw, throat. The collarbones, down past the heart space, back to the ebb and flow of breath. And maybe you settle your awareness on the ebb and flow of breath for Shavasana. Perhaps you are aware of the body, or you just drift off into this kind of liminal state between wake and sleep. You are exactly where you're meant to be, taking really important and necessary rest. Begin to deepen your breath. You might sigh or blow out. And you start to expand your awareness to the edges of the body, the edges of the room, outside this space, becoming aware of any sounds, just accepting them as they are. And then starting to bring some movement into your body. Slowly, like you are an animal that is coming out of its hibernation. Just be mindful of what and who is in your space as you roll to whichever side you're called to. And just take a moment there. Just snuggle up into yourself. Press into the earth, start to rise upwards. backwards. Perhaps keep the eyes closed. Find a comfortable seat. And you might place the hands to the heart. You might join the palms together at the heart space. And we'll seal our practice with a single chant of Om, the primordial sound. So in a moment, we breathe in. And as we breathe out, you might Om, you might hum, you might just be aware of the vibration. Inhale. Inhale. Exhale, just drop chin to chest. Thank yourself. Body, breath, mind, perhaps spirit and soul. That is your belief. We bow to each other. And I bow to you. Thank you for joining me, for trusting me. Light and dark in me honors the light and dark within you. Namaste. Thank you.